Hi, hello everyone. Welcome again to my channel, The Creative Agile IT. So as part of today's video, I'm going to share how we can configure workflows for different work items in Azure. So today we will cover the Epic. So we will start from scratch. So I am sharing one of the sandbox that we have. It's part of dev.azure.com and it is free. We can have our login credentials created and we can experiment, create a project in this cloud platform. So we will start. So very first thing that we will do, as you can see, there is a new project. So what we will do is we will click on this one, and maybe we will call it Scrum 24, and the work item process we will select. We want to create an Agile project. So this is the simple one that we will have it. We have selected the process as Agile. We have given the name as Scrum 24, and we will simply create it. Okay. So if we go back to the organization, so we can see this is our Scrum 24. This project has been created, and we can go to the project settings, and we can see like this is an overview of the project, the name of the project, and the process that it is using, right? So now what we will do is if we go to the work items, so since this project we have just now created, we do not have anything as part of this project, and these are the list of work items that we can create within this project. So we have epic, we have feature, we do have user stories. Under the user story we can also have a task, and then we have bug and other things. And as part of left navigation only, we have the boards. So this is what we want to understand as part of this video, like how to kind of like configure this different states that we have, right? I mean, right now it is showing stories. We can also select the features. And today we want to cover how to configure the funnel or kind of a state flow for a epic. So right now we see that, we are not getting a list of, we are not getting a drop down for the epics here. So epic is missing. So first we will correct it. Rather, I would say we will configure it. So what we will do is if you go to the project configuration, we have the areas here. And if we look at the team configuration, okay, so it shows under the team configuration, these are the backlog navigation levels. So epics is not selected. So what we will do is we will simply check the epics. Okay. And if we now go to the board, so we will be able to see the epics here, right? So we can see the epics here. So now what we will do is if we simply create one of the very first epic, let's say there is an epic which is called user management. Okay. So let's say this is our very first epic. Okay. Now if we go to the boards and if we look at the epics, so this is what the new epic that we have created. So currently it is part of new, right? So we want to understand what are the different states in our project, in our application, in our system that we consider an epic will flow through, right? We have just created an epic and it might be going to the active or in development, might be getting completed. So how we can configure these states? So in order to configure this state, what we will have to do is we see the settings button here. It says like configure team settings. So if we click on this one, so we have selected the epic here and these are the columns. Okay. So let's say anything that we are creating very first time, the new epic, that will be part of the new one. After that, maybe we can say we can just change it. After that, let's say we will have something called approved. That means, the epic has been approved. And maybe after approved, we want to create one more column. So we can say insert right. We can say analysis. And this one, we want to keep it like in progress, and then this one is closed. Okay. So this is how we have like, I mean, we have the new state for the epic, then we have approved, and we can also, change it. I mean, we can also define the done criteria. So approved we will bring once the epic is approved for development. Okay. So this is what we have done. I mean, we were able to configure the different states for the Epic. So we had new. That means, user management, we just created it is under new. We will bring it to the approved, and we can bring we can also click on the I that shows the criteria. That means, this Epic is approved by the management, maybe the other senior members of the product management team. They say, yes, I mean, it's good to go ahead with this particular Epic. So anything that we are seeking the approval that has been approved, we will bring it here. So let's say this user management is approved, and analysis means like, we have to perform kind of a pre-study, maybe, get more in depth about this epic, also the solutioning part, and how this epic is going to be divided into the set of features. So that will be part of like analysis, or we can call it like the pre-study, maybe some design part, right? So we can also define this kind of a state here as well. So what we can do is, again, if we go back to the Epic and we select the column, so analysis. So analysis means perform pre-study and design part as necessary. And in progress, we can say Epic is under development. Okay. If it's save and close, so now we can see here, so we are getting a hint or a done criteria against each of the columns. So we will bring an epic here if it is kind of like approved for the development. We will bring an epic here if we are performing any kind of a pre-study, both from analysis and design perspective. We will bring the epic here if uh, it is still in progress. That means, the features as part of the epics, they are under active development. And once all the features are completed, then, we can mark the epic as closed. Now, other thing is, I mean, as part of the analysis, it could be, analysis as well as the design part. So what we can do, if we have to depict these two states as part of the analysis column. So again, what we can do is we can go to the configure team settings, and if we see the column here, this is the analysis. So this analysis means performing the analysis, pre-study, getting more insights about the epic, what this epic is all about, what we want to cover, and also looking at the solutioning part, the design part. So what we can do is we can also look at the split column into doing and done. So if I say save and close, so let's say for this particular user management, we are performing the analysis, or I can change the name here if I have the necessary permissions. I can also say analysis and design. Okay. So this is how the flow will be. And once the analysis and design is done, we can place it here. So that means this is how, and these states are configurable. It's not like, once we have come up with this kind of a state, we have to keep that workflow same for a whole project duration. We can keep like reviewing it as part of our, timely retrospective or reflecting on our workflow, and we can optimize it based on the whatever is required for this workflow. And again, it will vary from one team to another team based on the kind of work that particular team is performing, what is the requirement flow for that particular team. So if we look at the work items again, let's say if we try to create a new epic and we call it like maybe we can say customer reports. So this is our new epic. Okay. So if we go to the board and if we look at the epic, so we can see, okay, So this gives us, what all epics we have in our system. So we have one epic we have just defined, and maybe we need to get like we need to do some initial overview on this epic and get its approval. Once it is approved, we will we'll keep it here, and once we are performing analysis and design, we will keep it here. So this is how we can depict the flow for an epic. So this was all about today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and please do share and subscribe in this particular video and the channel. That will definitely help me. And in the next video, as part of the workflows, we will cover the feature part. Thank you all. Thanks for your time.